Alright, I just bought this jackhammer today for the excavator. This is not going to be able to be used on my excavator because it's got a special kind of hookup right here. So I've already welded this together, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all this off here. I'm going to unbolt it, and then I'm going to cut all this off, and I'm going to weld that plate onto here. Originally when I bought this kit, I thought I was going to have enough room to bolt it to that piece over there, but there's not enough room, so I'm just going to weld this to it. I could have just welded these ears. Could have just welded these to this plate here, but I didn't think about that too much, but it's not a big deal. I'm just going to cut these welds off, grind them all nice and smooth, and then weld it to this plate here, and this should be okay. Alright, it's been taking a little bit of time, but I'm getting it. I've got one set of ears off, and I'm gonna try to get this other side off. It was easier to cut it in half and then just knock one off at a time. I used the sledgehammer and just grinded as much as I could, and then smacked it with the sledgehammer till it broke off. And then after that's done, I'll grind this all down and smooth, and then I'll weld that piece onto it, and then I'll bolt it all back up. And then I will have to get some fittings for the ends of the hydraulic lines, and then add some nitrogen and put the bits in it, and that's it. Well, I got the other set of ears off, and I've grinded down pretty much everything around here except for these two spots. So I just gotta cut this on both sides, knock that little piece out, and then grind it down. But I'm kind of out of grinding wheels now, so I've got these little thin ones, but they're only good for cutting, not good for grinding. So I'm going to have to get some more, and then I could weld that thing onto it. Alright, it took me a while, but got everything off. All off and ready for that piece. I'll put that on here, see how it fits on there, and then I'm going to weld her up so I can start using the stupid thing, or at least have it ready. Alright, I got the plate on there, but what happened is when I welded these ears on, the right one is not straight. It's kind of kinked over like that. It's kind of like that. So I had to cut this down here, and I want to smack it straight because it's hitting here, because it has to slide on both sides here, and it's hitting like a 1/4 inch over, so I gotta fix that. So I'm just gonna grind that down, smooth it, or not smooth it, but just grind it down, and then smacked it over with a mallet and weld it back again. Alright, it's all done and welded up. Got the hoses on. I just haven't added the nitrogen yet. See how this thing works. I'm happy with it. Look at my crappy welds now. I only went in between the nuts, or the bolts, just for now, just to basically tack it on there. I still gotta pull each bolt and nut out and weld around, and weld a lot thicker, because those welds will not handle the jackhammering. And then I'm gonna probably pull this bit back out and re-weld all this here. And there's actually not really any room for me to put a cross brace this way, so I can't do that. But I can grab or make a cross brace here to here, and then here to here possibly. Maybe even a small one here. I don't really want to get in the way of this though. So for now it works. So I'm going to pull this bit back out so I can stand it up straight and weld some more. Alright, I have a job that I'm going to be using this jackhammer on, possibly in about a week or so. So I've been trying to get this stupid ear here to be straight. So every time I weld the damn thing, it would suck in a little bit, just from all the heat, and it would just kind of pull it over. So I have a bucket over here, which I've been using to measure this part here. And it's supposed to be at the right where it's at, but every time I would weld it, it would suck it over to 8 5/8 right there. So sucked it over quite a bit quite a bit. So I'm just doing it when I weld it. I just do one little section, let it cool off, do another section, let it cool off, do another section, let it cool off, because I can't do a bar in between here, like a triangle piece, to keep it from going this way. I'm gonna put one over here, but I have to customize it to fit the right way here and the right way here. But for right now, it's fine how it is. I'm not gonna pull these bolts out and weld all the way, because then it'll be in the way, because it's like just enough room for the bolt. So I'm just gonna weld right into the little cracks all the way around, and that's about it. And that should hopefully hold it. But jackhammer and stuff, we'll find out. I'm probably gonna have to redo these welds here because they're crappy. And then since I kept grinding the other side and smacking this metal back and forth, I'm pretty sure it cracked some of this out, because here it's kind of coming out. So I'm just gonna wire wheel it, re-weld it. Hopefully it doesn't freaking bend this way too, but getting there. And this stupid bucket, this is like the 10th time I've had to weld this stupid thing. So that had a crack in it, so we did that. I found a crack over here, so I'm doing that. And there's always a crack here, so I'm doing that. I can't always get perfectly all the way around it, because they welded that first and then they welded the rest of this together. So I'm just kind of screwed on that point. But I do come in here and I weld here, because that part actually, it's like a sleeve, so it comes in through here. So I'm going to re-weld that a little bit, and the same thing with the other side. But I mean, this bucket, I beat the hell out of it, so I'm always going to have to weld something on it. There's a crack here, I have to weld that, and there's a crack here, I have to weld that. There's cracks everywhere. That's okay, because the bucket still works. Alright, the jackhammer's all done. It's almost ready to go. I'm going to make like just a strengthened piece here, and maybe one like here. The same thing on the other side, just so it can take the beating, because I mean, this thing had some pretty thick welds. and mine aren't that thick. So hopefully they'll be okay. It's welded enough, but I'm gonna probably do some more, but I need to do those strengthened pieces here just to add some more strength to it when it's hitting hard onto the concrete or rock or whatever I'm hitting. So I'm happy with it. It works. All right, fabricating some pieces. Yeah, maybe 2 more of these to make, but they gotta be smaller. So I made one. I used a grinder because I don't have a plasma cutter anymore because I stupidly sold it because I never used it. So basically what I'm doing is making these supports, but up top. I cut it to fit here. I made it a little bit long here, but I can just cut that off. It doesn't matter. But I'm thinking about putting one more here. I'm not sure yet. I still need to do it on the other side. So I haven't done it there yet, but it's going to be just like that piece. And that's about it. All the other welds should hold pretty well. This is mainly just to keep everything sturdy. But jackhammer works so far. It works fine. So we'll see in about a week when I use it on a job. The whole reason I built this jackhammer is because, I mean, this one's a Chinese one, but I mean, I think everything's pretty much made in China, and anything I've bought that's made in America is garbage. So this thing is a good brand. It's been used for quite a long time. But the reason I actually bought it is because this was only about $2,800, and this part was about $250. And the jackhammer that I wanted to buy with the machine when I bought it was $7,500. So this is a lot cheaper than the way I was going. So this will definitely do.